Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. This is going to be a games pickup video. I've actually had a few of these games for quite a while, and actually most of these I've actually completed. Yeah, they've just been sitting around for a while. I've just been waiting to get around to making a pickup video. I hope you guys can see me okay. I know the lighting here is a bit weird. It's always really weird recording in here, during the day. Just with the light shining and stuff, it kind of messes things up. So yeah, I just thought I'd get around to finally making this pickup video. And I'm also really behind on comments. The videos I've uploaded to like the last, 3 weeks, I've not even replied to the comments yet. I've read them, but I've not got round to replying to them yet. So I'm really sorry about that, guys. I always get really, left behind with the comments. But I will get back to respond to them, because I do like to respond to, every comment that I get. Unless I miss one for, YouTube notifications and stuff. Which is actually happening a lot, and YouTube notifications are really bloody weird. A lot of times don't even come up, but I've got a comment. I have to actually go to my video to see if there's a comment. Bloody YouTube these days, man, it's a bloody nightmare. But anyway guys, yeah, let's finally get around to making the pickup video. So we've got a bit of everything. It's mostly, there's no PS2 games, but we've got everything else, basically. So yeah, we'll get around to the first game, which was a charity shop pickup. And it's not really like a system that I buy games for. I don't really play the system too much. It's just something I go to maybe every now and again. Looks like the paint's falling off the wall over here with the sunlight. But yeah, this was £1 at a charity shop, so I thought I'd pick it up, for £1. And it is a DS game, Touchmaster. Yeah, for £1. I mean, on eBay it's not going to be much more than £1. It's probably going to be like £1.80 or something. So yeah, it's not like an expensive game or anything. You can probably just pick it up dirt cheap. There's the back of that. So basically just like touch games, like puzzle games that use your DS stylus. Touchmaster, once you pick it up you can't put it down. Very true, guys. Once I started playing this I couldn't stop playing it for 5 minutes. Probably. I'm just not really a big puzzle fan, so yeah, I thought I would just give it a shot. See, it comes complete. I do like DS cases. I think DS cases are pretty damn cool. And the manuals now are pretty damn big as well. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. This is one of those games that I could pick up and play on. I could play a Facebook game that's more, enjoyable than this, to be honest. It's just not really my kind of thing. I could download a game on my phone that's probably more interesting than these puzzle games, to be honest. But it's always there if I ever get bored, so yeah, Touchmaster. So yeah, next we've got, this is the first time I've ever bought myself an Xbox 360 game, and I've had this for like a month or something now. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Stars Gaming bought me an Xbox 360 for my Christmas, which was it was absolutely fantastic of him, really kind of him. He bought me the console, the games, some games, like Gears of War, Crackdown, Dark Messiah, and what was that one? Hold on. Too Human. Yeah, Too Human. Yeah, he bought me them and it came with the controller and everything, which is bloody fantastic. So yeah, I wanted to get myself a game from this series because a lot of people really like this series, and that's my kind of game. It's a racing game, and of course it's an Xbox exclusive, or it's not on PlayStation now. I think it's on PC, but it is Forza Motorsport 3 for £3 pre-owned. So yeah, finally got round to playing a Forza game, and I've got to say this game is really good. I really like this game. It's a lot better than newer Gran Turismo games anyway. I'm a Sony fan, but I'm going to say that right this second, this is better than newer Gran Turismo. Better than Gran Turismo 5 and 6. Gran Turismo 5 and 6 for me were just really repetitive, really uninteresting. But this is actually pretty damn good. It looks really good as well. Plays really good. Great selection of cars. Good customizations that you can do with your cars. So yeah, you can probably tell I'm a big fan of this game. Really nice screenshots as well at the back. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Just like the track designs and that, they look absolutely stunning. I'm not going to lie. It comes with both discs, the disc 1 and the disc 2 extra content install. So yeah, they've got minor marks, but I've put about maybe 12 hours into the game and no problems with anything. And it comes with pretty hefty manual. So that's basically it. So it look really nice looking game. So yeah, Forza Motorsport 3. Definitely looking forward to getting more of the motorsport games. I've put 12 hours into this, but I've probably not even scratched the surface of this game. Apparently to complete all events, I don't know whether it's this game or whether it's another motorsport game, but people are talking about 200 hours to complete every single event, which is absolutely bloody crazy. It might have been Motorsport 4 or Forza Horizon 4 or something like that. But yeah, I do still think this will be a really long game as well, and like I say, really enjoying it. It's a good thing, to pick up and play if I'm listening to football, or I just feel like listening to music or something, or watching a Twitch stream or something. I can put that on, and have music and that in the background. And yeah, just a really good game. Really like that game. It's probably, it could be my favourite game on Xbox so far. It's either that or Gears of War 1, which I thought was really good. So yeah, Forza Motorsport 3 for £3. Really good price, I think. I mean, it probably goes for £3 on eBay, but it was there and I just wanted to pick it up and play it, pretty much straight away. Right, so we'll get to the PS4 games now, because I've got a few. I'm going to sell 2 of them, and one I think I might just keep, because I think it's quite cheap, and it's a game I like to, I'm probably going to enjoy just picking up and playing every now and again, because I really like this game. So we'll start off with the games that I'm not going to keep, and I don't know if I mentioned this in my last pickup video, but I did get Resident Evil 5 on the PS4, and I platinumed it. I got all the platinums for the main campaign. I didn't bother with any of the co-op, the online stuff, or I didn't even bother with the side campaigns, the Lust and Nightmares and Desperate Escape. I didn't even bother with them. I don't know, I've done them before on the PS3, so I just didn't really feel like playing the extra stuff. But like I said, I played through the main campaign on the hardest difficulty and stuff, got every single trophy for the main campaign, and got my platinum trophy. So yeah, Resident Evil 5, I really like Resident Evil 5. For me, Resident Evil 5 is a really good game. Good action game. Not necessarily a good Resident Evil game, but it's a good action game. And I do like it for that, So yeah, it was good to play it again, on PS4. Obviously I've still got my PS3 version, so yeah, I think I got this for £13, so yeah, I'm going to sell it, get my money back for it basically. I think it goes for £14, £15 probably. Get most of my money back, and might buy it again when it's cheaper. Maybe. I mean, I didn't notice a huge graphical difference. I still think it looks really good on the PS3. But yeah, Resident Evil 5, really enjoyed it. And a game I got here for £8 pre-owned. This is actually dropped in price on eBay. I think it probably goes for £7 or £8 now, so it's not as expensive to get as when I first got it. I think when I first got it, I think it was £10 on eBay, so I saved a little bit getting it in the shop, and I completed it. Quite a long game actually. It does kind of require you to do quite a lot of the side stuff, and it was a Dragon Age Inquisition for £8 pre-owned. The back of that. Actually, I didn't even show you the inside of Resident Evil, did I? It didn't come with a manual, but discs mint. So there's that. Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition. Overall, the world itself, it was pretty damn good looking. A lot of good looking areas. A lot of people say it doesn't, meet their expectations graphical wise. I thought the game looked really beautiful, but that's just me. I'm maybe not as much of a graphics whore, but see, it comes with the paper, not manual, it's paper, and the disc. I think this was mint as well, I think. Yeah, mint condition disc. So yeah, I completed it. I didn't like have as much struggles with it as Dragon Age Origins. That game kicked my ass. Dragon Age 2, probably on par with Dragon Age 2, difficulty wise. I didn't think Dragon Age 2 was nearly as difficult as Dragon Age, Origins, which, like I say, kicked my ass. I thought that game bloody brutal, I don't know, maybe I just suck at these games. But yeah, I didn't struggle with this one too much. I did feel like I was at a high level for when I was doing the main campaign, because I did a lot of side quests and stuff to get my level up. Because I really didn't want to struggle with this game. I didn't want to struggle with an action RPG. Because like I say, I'm not good at these games. I would say I'm better at turn-based, RPGs like Final Fantasy and stuff. But yeah, I thought this was good. I did feel like the characters were decent enough. Nowhere near as good as the Dragon Age Origins characters. But I would probably say the characters are probably more enjoyable than Dragon Age 2. I didn't think Dragon Age 2 was... the characters were alright, but they weren't anywhere near as good as Dragon Age Origins. But what I loved about Dragon Age 2, what made me prefer Dragon Age 2 was I thought it was easier. That was basically, I thought the gameplay was improved, I thought it was easier than Dragon Age Origins. And with this, like I say, I think it's the same story. It does feel, a lot easier to play. And we're back. Sorry about you guys, screw this lighting, it was getting really bloody dark. So I've had to switch positions and use my front camera instead of my, self-recording one. Because the self-recording one's actually quite dark. It's just a lot easier to see what I'm bumming recording, But yeah, I thought I'd better switch before it gets too dark. So I saw it was getting quite dark on the viewfinder. But anyway guys, where the hell was I? Yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition. I thought the story was alright. Nothing, too interesting. Characters I would say are improved from Dragon Age 2. But again, nowhere near as good as Dragon Age 1. And yeah, like I said, the side quests, for me, they weren't really that interesting. They were kind of just the same. You were kind of just doing them just, to level up. You weren't doing them because they were interesting or enjoyable. But yeah, I still think this was a good game, guys. I think I put about maybe 26, 27 hours maybe. Like say, took a lot of, took a long time. Because of the side quests and stuff. But yeah, overall, I would still say this was a good game. I'd put it before Dragon Age Origins. Like I said, I liked it, but that game was just, it was too frustrating, guys. I do appreciate Dragon Origins for the characters and story, but the game just makes me annoyed because it's so bloody annoying to play. But yeah, I'd probably still say Dragon Age 2 is my favourite. I'm sure not a lot of people are going to say that, but yeah, Dragon Age Inquisition, still a good game, still glad to have played through it. Might rebuy it when it's a couple of pounds or something in the future, but yeah, I'm not really in a rush to play it again. But still a good game, still enjoyed the majority of it. I mean, I'd have to enjoy it, putting 27 hours into the game, I'd kinda have to enjoy it in some regard. Okay, so next PS4 game I got, like I said, it's probably one I'm going to keep because I really like this game. I enjoyed it on the PS3 and I probably enjoyed it even more on the PS4. Despite this game being quite different to the other games in the series, I absolutely love this game. And I would say on the PS4 it's probably worth it because it has the DLC. In my opinion, it runs smoother. And you can even play it 20% faster than, the game was, originally made. Which in my opinion is quite cool actually. The faster the better for these kind of games. And this is DMC Devil May Cry, which I got for £8 on eBay, which again I thought was a good price. So there's the DLCs, the side story we can play as Virgil. It's got extra costumes and stuff. So no manual, just piece of paper again and the disc, mint condition disc. So yeah, DMC Devil May Cry, they took it in a totally different direction to other Devil May Cry games. Dante has got short hair, which a lot of people didn't like because classic Dante's got long, white hair, and this is just over the top, cocky and arrogant. But I actually really like the character Dante in this. I would still say I prefer the classic Dante, but I actually really like this Dante as well. I think he's got a likability to him, even though he's cocky and arrogant. In my opinion, he's really, really likeable. And he just really insults all the bosses and that during the fights, which in my opinion is just really bloody entertaining. and again just kind of like adds something to the boss fights. Makes the boss fights even more enjoyable, the fact that he's criticising them every step of the way. But yeah, I just love this game, it plays really smooth. I love the soundtrack, it's kind of like a mix between metal and like electronic stuff, like dubstep kind of stuff as well. Yeah, I just really enjoyed this game, playing through it again was a real blast. I even played through it again on the hard mode. I think that I played it on like the third difficulty for like my first time in the PS4 version anyway, and then I played it on difficulty after that, so I've completed it on the fourth difficulty. So I think after that it's Dante Must Die mode, I think it is. So yeah, completed this version 2 times already because I've just really like enjoying it, having a real blast playing it. Absolutely love this game. I'm actually so glad to have a physical version of this game because I never had a PS3 version. I had it on because I got it free on PlayStation Plus. I never had the physical copy. So yeah, finally glad to have got a physical copy, and this game is fantastic. So probably going to keep a hold of that because like I say, I'm probably going to go back to it every now and again. Try and beat it on the hardest difficulties and stuff if I can. Probably going to get quite difficult, but yeah, real love this game, guys. Excellent stuff. Okay, so we get on to the 2 PS3 games now, and these are basically the same kind of thing, and that is HD collections. I finally got round to getting some more HD collections. So I've said in the past I would kind of like to get them all the HD collections at some point, if I see them, cheap enough. Even Silent Hill, I mean, a lot of people say the Silent Hill one's quite bad because like the voice acting, that doesn't, it's not the same. Like the atmosphere, that doesn't feel the same on the HD collections. I've got the PS2 version of Silent Hill 2. I don't have Silent Hill 3. I would like to get that on the PS2 at some point, but I would still like to get the HD collection just to see, for myself how different it is, with the voice acting and stuff. So adding these to the collection, and they're both platforming series. Both a platforming series. And the first one we have, guys, I've got this one for £9, which in my opinion is a pretty good price. Even like if you were to buy the first game, I had no idea, but the first game's like £14-15 to buy on the PS2, which it's blooming more expensive than the whole blooming collection here, which is bloody crazy. And I've never played this series. I didn't really know too much about the series. I just thought it looked quite interesting. And yeah, finally got around to getting the HD collection for £9, and that is the Sly trilogy. Was it Sly Raccoon in Europe and Sly Cooper in the US, I believe. But yeah, trying to get Sly Raccoon and the Fevis Raccoonus on the PS2 in Europe or in the UK, it's like £14-15. It seems to be quite rare, which is really bloody interesting. So yeah, you may as well just buy the whole woman, HD collection here. So there's that. And I've actually played through the first game already, like I said, the Fevis Raccoonus. And overall, guys, my first experience with this game, I think this was, the first game was really bloody good actually. I thought it was really interesting. Here comes complete mint condition. I loved the boss battles. The boss battles were so well done. The characters are really likeable. You've got Sly, you've got Bentley, you've got that dude, who I cannot remember his name. I still think he was a decent character. Cannot remember his bloody name at the moment. But yeah, Sly and Bentley, really bloody good characters in my opinion. The interaction between the two of them is really humorous, and just really enjoyable. And as for the gameplay itself, my opinion is really good. There's a mixture of a few genres, a bit of stealth, there's a bit of platform, a bit of action. All blend together in a really enjoyable way. There's quite a few mini games in there as well, which some of them were okay, some of them were a bit annoying. I didn't really like the ones you had to get to race. I thought that was kind of hard to control, and the ones you had to protect him from enemies, you had to shoot enemies before they got to him and stuff. I didn't really like that one too much either. I thought it was kind of annoying. Not really difficult per se, but it's just a bit annoying. But the other mini games were really good, and overall, I really enjoyed the game. I thought the game was fantastic, and definitely looking forward to going on to Sly 2 and Sly 3. and who knows, maybe get Sly 4 on the PS3 at some point as well. But yeah, like I say guys, first impression of this, really good, and definitely looking forward to playing more. And the other HD collection I got, this has got to be like bargain of the year. You know, bargain of my life, maybe, I don't want to know. This was really bloody cheap. I don't really know why like the person listed this for so blooming cheap. The person listed this for £4. And and I bought it, obviously. I thought they'd made a mistake. I thought they were going to like send me a message saying, oops, we meant to list this as an auction for £4, like starting at £4. But now it sent it to me, and I can only guess that they weren't, like, they're not that familiar with games, and like they searched in this game followed by PS3, and like some of the other games popped up, and then decided to list it for £4. You know, but anyway, it's the Ratchet and Clank HD collection, which, you know, you might notice something strange about it. It is the US version, which, you know, I'm not that bored about. To say, buddy, I got this for £4. Crazy price. So they must have just like typed in, you know, Ratchet and Clank PS3, and then Ratchet and Clank Tools of Destruction must have came up for like £3 or £4, and then decided to list it for that, because this game usually goes for like £20 onwards. It's a really expensive game to get, because it's not really that common, at least in the UK anyway. And yeah, like I say, US version, which, you know, it doesn't bother me. I'm just happy to, you know, to have actually got the games. The only difference will be that the second game's called Ratchet and Clank Going Commando, which I think is called Lock and Loaded in the UK, or in Europe. But yeah, apart from that, I don't think there's any differences or anything. And it doesn't come with a manual. But like I say, not complaining, getting it for £4, you know, why would I complain about that, you know? I mean, I would kind of like to get the UK version, or the, you know, European version at some point. You know, if I see it cheap, then I can sell this one on. But still, really, like, happy to have got it, and I've played through all three of these games. You know, I started playing the first one, and then after that I went straight onto the second one. And then I thought to myself, you know, maybe I won't go into the third one after this, so, you know, kind of, you know, take a little break. But, you know, as soon as I played for the second one, I decided to go straight onto the third as well. So yeah, this game for me was just really bloody enjoyable. Definitely got better as it went on. Ratchet and Clank 1, even though it was still a good game, it did kind of lack in a few things, which are definitely improved in Ratchet and Clank 2, but again, there were still some things that could have improved. And then the third game for me, Up Your Arsenal, what a game. Really bloody good game, easily my favourite of the three games in this. I'd probably still say I prefer Tools of Destruction. Maybe it's just because it's the first one that I played, you know, on the PS3. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal is probably my second favourite Ratchet and Clank game. Ratchet and Clank 3, absolutely fantastic game. So yeah, definitely glad to have got these, definitely glad to have played through them. And yeah, it's an absolutely fantastic series, guys, Ratchet and Clank. So, you know, since I never had the games on the PS2, this was, you know, a great opportunity to play them finally. And definitely glad that I have. These games are just tremendous. Love them to death. So the last game I got, guys, is the PS1 game, and it's one of those really rare games, and I'm really happy to finally got this. And I got it for, I think it was just under £20, which again is a lot of money for a PS1 game, but you know, it's one of those really rare games, and it's one that I've been looking to get for quite a while. But you know, buy it now listings usually like £35 to £40, and it's very rare you ever see like an auction of this game. So, you know, when I finally saw an auction, I was really surprised and decided to, you know, to follow it. And yeah, it was basically at £15 on the last day, and I had to go to work. I had like 6 hours left, so I put in a bid of, I think it was like £19.85 or something. Because I always put in like a really like strange number. I don't like put like £19 or £20. I always put like 19.35 or maybe like 20, I don't know, 46 or something. Because you know, that extra bit of money can make a difference. You know. So a lot of people might just put in, you know, like a normal number like 20. So that extra like 30 odd pence could make a difference. So I think I got this for like £19.85 or something in total. And this is Rival Schools. Whoops, see the data side. Rival Schools on the PS1. So Really rare fighting game to get. I always loved this game back in the day, playing the demo. Played that demo over and over again. It was just so bloody enjoyable. And yeah, finally got the full version for like say £19.85 I think it was. It doesn't come complete, which might be why it's slightly cheaper. But again, I'm not too bored. I'm just really happy to have, finally got the game. And that's for these discs, guys. I also could show you these discs, but you wouldn't be able to see it on camera. But these are almost mint condition. It's like one small scratch at the side on disc 1. And disc 2 is, again, it's one really small scratch. These discs are so bloody, well looked after. Looks like they've hardly been played on. So yeah, basically why there's 2 discs is one's like I think the second one, disc 2 is the arcade version, and that's like the PS1 version, I guess you could say. That has like the most content and stuff. So yeah, Rival Schools, basically a one-on-one fighting game. It's basically based in a school. All the characters are like based on like school-related things. So there's like a cheerleader, and there's a teacher, and there's like sporting guys. There's a football player, a guy that kicks footballs at people. There's a guy with a baseball bat. Again, he throws like baseballs at people and like smashes them with his baseball bat. There's a teacher with a cane who basically beats people up with a cane. There's a schoolgirl with a textbook who I'm guessing like beats you over the head with it or something. So yeah, there's really like interesting characters. I really like the character models. In my opinion, they're really bloody interesting. I think there's like 30 odd characters in the game. I think there's like 20 odd at the beginning, but then there's like another 14, 15 or something that you can unlock. There's quite a lot of unlockables. So yeah, a lot of characters in this game, which I was really surprised about. But again, just like most fighting games, I can't really play fighting games for a long time. Unless it's Tekken 3 or Soul Blade, I can only play fighting games for maybe like half an hour. I find fighting games, for me, get boring quite quickly. Even though I still really enjoy this game, it's not really a game I can, put on for like a really long period of time. But yeah, overall, still really enjoy it. Like I say, great, character designs, good looking stage designs as well. Soundtrack I think is pretty good. Some pretty good, soundtracks. Gameplay wise, I don't think it holds up to like Tekken or Soul Blade or anything like that. I do feel like it does feel a little bit stiff to control once you start playing it. I mean, you do get used to it eventually, but when you first put it on, after playing like Tekken and like Soul Blade and Soul Calibur and stuff like that, it does feel a little bit stiff. But I still think it's like a really good game. It's definitely a game I'm glad to have in my collection, because like I say, it's really bloody rare. So if I did want to sell it, I could make some profit. But I think I'll keep this in my collection because I really like this game. And like I say, it's a good game to have. If you're a PS1 fan like me. So yeah, Rival Schools, United by Fate, pretty damn good game. So anyway guys, yeah, that is it for my collection. Sorry guys, my throat's getting a little bit rough as this video is going along. My throat's still a bit weird. I still get like a tickly cough and stuff. I had that little bit of a flu and stuff, which is kind of bloody annoying. But yeah, anyway guys, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Yeah, let me know what you think of any of these games. Let me know if you've got Rival Schools. What do you think of Rival Schools? Overall, I think it's a pretty damn good game. So definitely glad to have it in the collection. So anyway guys, yeah, I think I'll call it here. So thank you very much for watching guys, and I will catch you all in the next video, which hopefully won't be too long. Hopefully I'll get around to doing something, probably games I've recently completed or something, in the next week or so. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I'll catch you all later. See you guys.